So what sort of business-related obstacles did you come up against?
There are so many. One of what we call the miracle of Christmas. It was early on in our company. We didn't have a lot of inventory. We were selling as fast as we could. Whatever we had would be selling out. We had a container that was stuck in Long Beach, and we needed that container released in order to ship for people to get it in time for Christmas. And imagine how important that is.
What year is this?
This is what, 2018?
2018. Yeah, Christmas 18.
And literally everyone we called said, this thing's not going to get released. And if we didn't get it by 5 p.m. that day to be able to ship it out the next day, we would have missed Christmas. And we got a call from our freight forwarder, from our customs agent, and said, I don't know what happened or how it happened. They just literally released it. And we were already getting ready to send emails to our customers saying, we're so sorry, please forgive us. And we made it happen.
So for context, what percentage of your yearly sales did that represent if you would have missed it?
That one shipment, it would have been meaningful, but it's not the percentage of revenue that's important. It's that how do you let down hundreds or whatever it was of customers who want that product under their Christmas tree, and you're telling them, I'm so sorry, that's not going to happen.
So you had the letter drafted, almost like one of these Oscar acceptance speeches, but you didn't win the Oscar, and you're like,
I'm so sorry, how can we make it up to you? We're disappointing you. And how do you do that during Christmas?
Yeah, it is a Christmas miracle.
It was. And I think the cool part of that story is it was all hands on deck.
Oh yeah.
Like we all went to the warehouse and we all were packing stuff. Like
everybody. Every employee, regardless of title, position, we were in the warehouse packing the next day to make the FedEx cutoff so people get it in time for Christmas, and they got it.
It was looking back on it, that was fun.
So let's talk about the evolution of the brand. You rebranded this last year.
A year ago.
And you did that because you saw, as Jason was saying, the product is now transcending you and it's transcending the original product. It's, you're widening the lane. What was that exercise like? How did you go about, what was your next extension beyond the gun? How did you think about where to go?
So we knew we had planned out to launch Therabody, our CBD line as well. And so we were trying to think through what's a naming convention of our product line, our company. And we had been working on this for an entire year. But I think it's great to talk about why we even got into CBD and how that is related to Theragun.
As Theragun was growing, and we were both week to week, oh my God, this is crazy. And then as we started working with teams now that we're actually partners with in Europe and different things, we were working with their physios. So as we were getting this feedback, there started to be this chatter, you guys have more stuff. So then Ben said, hey, what else do you use in your clinic? And I said, well, there's always ointments and topicals, but I don't trust anyone. CBD is kind of a new thing. Chiros and physios and stuff are starting to use it, but it's not trustworthy. And so as I was sort of thinking through this with Ben, he's like, well, let's look into that. Let's see what's available out there. So we went through this process of thinking, what is CBD? And then I understood what it was and what it did for the body. I just wasn't confident in giving some of the products that I had available to me to some of my clients. And let's say one of them is a well-known celebrity and my mom. I want them both to have the same experience. And I couldn't trust the product. So that we started getting into this a little bit, and we realized, wow, there's an opportunity there for us to really start educating people around something that's new to the market. And we recognized it from the product itself and its effectiveness and how it fits within our brand, that it's something I would give to his wife, my mom, and a celebrity, and trust that, but then also control the processes of that. So it was him asking what's next, what could we do next, and then us recognizing there was an opportunity there. And we didn't take a couple of months, it was 18 months.
2 years. And I think what's cool about that story is pro athletes were asking Dr. Jason about CBD. Do you recommend it? Or, hey, I'm using it, and they don't talk about it publicly, but they will tell him, and it works. But do you trust this brand or that brand? And when we looked into it, we didn't feel like there was any products out there that were of our standard. And so we decided to develop our own from scratch, and we came out with the only line in the country that is USDA certified organic. And that's a very important moniker for us. because it shows it's clean and it's a premium quality.
So how many SKUs do you have? Help me understand the taxonomy of the product line or how you categorize. 'Cause I'm just curious, like whether it's a hierarchy or a taxonomy of it. Just thinking about people who are, they started with one product, now they're branching out and they have 10. So do you count SKUs? Do you count product lines? How are they categorized? How does it work?
We think about not SKUs or product lines. We think about the three of us. What does our body need to live a happier, healthier life? And Theragun is an important part of that. But it's not the end all be all. It's not a solution that covers everything.
Yeah, it's now one of.
Yes.
So it's one of and other solutions that now complement it. And as a full ecosystem, how do you use each one and how does it help? And you can talk about.
Okay, so it's under a brand umbrella of Therabody,
right.
and then all of the products in the ecosystem live under that brand.
Correct. So some we've launched, and some things, frankly, our own R&D team, we're not going to be the best at everything. So we went and acquired the best technology that was in the marketplace and put it under our umbrella and offer that solution to our customers.
So where's the white space now? Like what don't we know about what's coming out next? Give us a little sneak peek.
There's still people that don't know about this thought process or this modality or these healing modalities that we have. There's still a lot of people that don't know. So we're going to continue to evolve and create products and solutions for people. And so for us, it's not what's next, it's what's next for us. Yeah. And it's just to maintain this pathway, because as we bring these products in, we're problem solving, and no one's done that before. So no one can come to you and say, use this for this and this for that and that for this, and this is going to help you in all these areas. It's always been like, where do I get this? My PT told me it. So Ben calls it democratizing all of these things that weren't available to people before.
Yeah. All right, final words of advice. Maybe Dr. Jason will start with you. Let's go right to camera now, back to camera, let's engage. Talk to, these current and future innovators, these inventors, people who need to solve problems, and give them your best advice about starting something new.
Strap on a helmet, because it's going to be hard. And I think I would recommend that you stay committed to what you see, because you're going to have a lot of people who challenge that. And sometimes it's the ones that are closest to you. And for me, that was a little bit of a barometer that I was doing something right. And I also have this saying that I learned, and it wasn't something that meant anything to me until I've experienced this several times, but usually the right thing and the hardest thing is the same thing. And that's usually where I think entrepreneurs, in my opinion, run into that challenge where it seems that's too big of a challenge. I can't do that. And this negative talk just starts talking you out of it, and then you pull away from this vision or this dream you've been going towards. So for me, I think just you have to stay committed, and you're in. And once you're in, you can't go back. And there was bigger purposes. I think you have to find a bigger purpose. And for me, I realized this wasn't about me. This was really about helping other people. So that really drove me. It was bigger than me. And I think that's also something you have to find. Otherwise, unfortunately, I think you kind of back out of it.
I mean, we were just sitting back, chopping it up, reminiscing about the good old days and all that. Tracking my roots, where I came from and where I'm going. But like I say, man, always said it. It's not about the destination. It's all about the journey. Ain't nothing changed but the weather. The dangling carrot that hang from the rear view. Your dreams in the past ain't nowhere near you. Backseat drivers got nothing but 2 cents. Shotgun riders too biased, they all liars. I should get an A for effort, I'm too tired. But I'm never giving up, that's why I'm kinda admired. Role model, like it or not, I gotta play it. Sugarcoat the rhyme sometimes, but still say it. Said I was quitting at 40 is just a fib. I'm still a kid that's wiping the food off of my bib. You ever wanted something so bad that you could taste it? Cried over every opportunity wasted. Good and bad news, which one you want first? Either way you pick, the bad still gonna hurt you the worst.